Hello, friends. Welcome to another Thursday Night Live. Tonight, we are going to make some absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, sweet handmade cards for spring or summer or I don't know, whenever. But we're using the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set and the dies. We're not going to use the embossing folder, but I'm going to show you the whole suite. We can check it out. If you are here and joining me live, let me know if you're ready for spring. Because as I look out at, I don't know, a half a foot of snow outside, I am definitely ready for spring. If you're watching the replay, special welcome to you as well. I love that you're here. And yeah, feel free to let me know that you came and watched the replay and let me know if you are ready for spring as well. Or maybe it is already spring where you are. I don't know. Maybe you're getting ready for winter. I know I have some friends that watch from Australia sometimes. So yeah, anyway. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am Heidi with Onigo Stamping. I'm going to help you reconnect with your inner artist by using stamps, ink, and paper to make beautiful handmade cards and gifts just like these ones. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to make my workspace look just a little bit bigger so we can see it better. And hello, Janice in Georgia. You probably don't have a foot of snow. Hello, Carol Sue. You like the snow, but it could get a little warmer. Yeah. All right. Here is the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set. Isn't it beautiful? Just like it says, it's beautiful. And I love the fonts and the sentiments and that it's got a nice, like crisp type and then a beautiful script with it as well. I always think that's so pretty. So beautiful stamp set. This stamp set, actually, they added it to Celebration. So Celebration in January, they have exclusive products, and you can still get those exclusive products. But then in February, they had additional products from the catalog, and they added this. You can get this free with a $60 order. So that's really awesome. In the suite, the Beautiful Butterflies suite, there is also the hybrid embossing folder, which has this embossing folder. You can see the butterfly, and this butterfly matches this butterfly, okay? It also matches the dies, and you can use the dies and the embossing folder together. Not going to do that tonight, but I will show you some different examples of that and stuff too. This suite also has the Beautiful Bokeh paper, and if you were stamping back in the 90s, you might remember the bokeh technique. It got really popular for a while there, and it just creates these like circles, so it almost looks like lights or something. And that's what this paper is on one side, and then the other side is more like a paint drizzly thing. So that's the paper we're using tonight. It is part of the suite as well. And then in the suite, we're not going to use these, but in the suite are these beautiful, what do they call them? Itty bitty bokeh mix. And look how shiny they are. They're so sparkly. They're great for shaker cards because they're so sparkly. So, but I'm not using them tonight. We're going to use something else. I do want to show you the catalog really quick though, because if you are looking for ideas, one, they just have some pretty cards there. But then so that's page 38. If you turn over to page 40, they talk about what bokeh means on there for you. But then also over here, they talk about some of the different ways that you can use this. So you can use the embossing folder on it. You can use the embossing folder and the dies. Lots of different ways that you can use this. You can use the die to make a butterfly shaped card, all sorts of good stuff. That's on page 41 in the catalog. So definitely something to check out. All right, let's dive into this card though, because that was a lot of chit chat. Not a lot of chit chat, not enough stamping yet. I actually started this project tonight with a circle. So this circle is cut with the stylish shape dies. And at some point, I did a kit or something where I cut out a circle that I wanted like the negative of it out of fresh freesia. And so I have a stack of these circles sitting on my table. And I was like, I want to use these circles and it matches the cardstocks or the pattern paper. So that was how I started tonight's card. So I have a circle cut with the stylish shapes. I have a piece of the Beautiful Bokeh paper that is 1 3/4 by 5 inches. I have a piece of bubble bath. I always have to think about bubble bath. I don't know why. Anyway, I have a piece of bubble bath. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. A piece of fresh freesia that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 inch. And then my card base is going to be Bubble Bath as well. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'll just go ahead and fold this into my card base right now. So hello, Catherine and Sherry and Mary Ann and Sherry. Ooh, we have 2 Sherrys. All right. Threw me off for a minute there. So I just fold that in half to my card base, gave it a good squish with my bone folder, and we're going to start with some stamping. I'm actually going to grab the Bubble Bath cardstock first. I'm going to grab some scrap paper, and I want to grab my Bubble Bath ink. It's a lot of bubble bathing in here. Bubble Bath ink. And I'm going to use the stamp that says "Time to Celebrate." And I'm going to do this very, very carefully because I don't want to ink up the time to celebrate, but also I'm kind of lazy because what you could very easily do is you could take a piece of tape and you could cover up that time too, and then ink up the celebrate and peel it off. And I could definitely do that. But I'm going to stamp this over and over again. And I don't want to keep doing that every time. I'm a little bit lazy. So I'm just going to ink it very carefully. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to ink it this way to get up to the L. And then I'm going to turn it and get the C. And that's how I'm going to ink it the whole way down. And I'm just going to stamp this at an angle on my cardstock. So it's just going to say "Celebrate" on there, not the time to. We're getting rid of the time to, just the "Celebrate." So again, just going to stamp up to the very edge where that L is, and then we'll turn it. We'll get the CE. And keep forgetting. I'm just going to do the up to the L this time because I'm going to do this little spot at the top. And I don't need the whole thing. And the same thing, I need a little bit over here. So I'm just going to do the end of the word. Don't need to worry too much. There we go. All right. Now we will keep going, doing my special turning method, inking up the CE, turning it over to this side and getting up to the L. And we'll stamp it again and keep going. So up to the L, and then up to the CE. Come in and stamp it there. I'm trying to kind of like offset them like you would with bricks or something, right? So that they're not all straight. With this cold weather, a bubble bath sounds nice, doesn't it? It does sound nice. It is way, way too cold. And this weekend, we are headed to Chicago this weekend. And Chicago is known for being windy anyway, and it's going to be cold, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure I really want to like just hang out outside. Might just be fancy cocktails and theater weekend because we have tickets to see some shows. That's really why we're going to Chicago. It is Chicago Theater Week this week. So we're going to pop over to Chicago and see a couple shows this weekend. And of course, drink some fancy cocktails, eat some good food. And maybe that's all we're going to do because it's too cold. So I'm slowly making my way across this page. I know it's a little bit hard to see because Bubble Bath on Bubble Bath is pretty light. But if I hold it up for you, you can see a little bit better. So it's definitely windy, Janice. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And they had snow there today too. So and it's supposed to snow this weekend. I don't know about this. I don't know about this plan. Going to Chicago in February. But it's okay. One year, when my kids were younger, we went to Chicago in March. And let me tell you, it was absolutely gorgeous. We were in like short sleeve shirts walking around. We had sweatshirts and we were taking them off because it was so warm out. That's not going to be this weekend though. All right, we're getting to the bottom here. Filling in my celebrates. Each time carefully inking up. Because as I said, I'm a little bit lazy. I avoid masking as much as I can. All right. I'm just going to pop this in there. There we go. So we covered that whole piece of Bubble Bath with Bubble Bath Celebrates, just to kind of make a fun, light background. Next, what I'm going to do, we're going to make the butterfly for our card. So I have the big giant butterfly right here. And I'm going to grab some basic white cardstock, of which I happen to have a lot of pieces. Let's grab one of these pieces. So I have some basic white cardstock. I'm going to stamp my butterfly. Janice, you'd love tone on tone. Me too. I'm going to stamp my butterfly in Berry Burst. So, and Kathy, you have February vacation starting tomorrow, and you get those grandsons all week to play with. That sounds like fun. Hopefully the ice is thick. Inking up my stamp. It's a big stamp. I'm going to get it good and inked, nice and inky. And I can just stamp it wherever on this white because we're going to cut it out, so it doesn't matter. So, all right, give that a good squish down there. There we go. Oh, so pretty. Now, I'm going to color this in with my Stampin' Blends. We talk about how you have to use Memento ink when you're using your Stampin' Blends, but you can also a lot of times get away with using just our regular ink pads. It's just that they need to be water-based ink pads and not solvent ink pads. So, especially when we're working in the same colors, I'm going to color in some of these little spots. I don't know if these areas like this, I don't know, like, do these things have a name? The different areas of the butterfly that are getting colored, different colors. Maybe they have a name, maybe they don't. I don't know. But I am coloring them. We're going to color in them in a couple different colors. So I'm starting with Bubble Bath and coloring in some of them. And I kind of just chose some of them in a row and then some of them not in a row. I am trying to keep like the two sides. I'm trying to keep the two sides so that they are the same. But sometimes I forget. All right, so we did that with Bubble Bath. Now I'm going to pull out my Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to color with some light Fresh Freesia on some more of these. So we'll pick some more to color in with some light Fresh Freesia to start with. We are going to go back and do some more shading with the different colors as we go. But I'm going to start with the light Fresh Freesia and color in some more of these areas. Let's see, I'll do this one. I'll come down and do this one. And in here. So pretty. And then we'll come over to the other side and do the same thing. Just coloring with my light Fresh Freesia and leaving some spots blank still because we're going to come in with a third color. Go back to the left side. I missed a spot. I don't think so. I think we're okay. We'll see. We'll switch back. We'll see what happens on the other side. So we'll look at it when we get done. Double check. And if you mess up and it's not completely symmetrical, it's okay. It's not a big deal. All right. So we colored in some of that with the Fresh Freesia. Now I'm going to come in with some Highland Heather, and I'm going to do the light Highland Heather, and I'm going to color in the rest of these areas with light Highland Heather. So we're sticking all kind of in this purpley pink color family and making a purpley pink butterfly. Purple pink, not usually the colors I do, but we're stepping out of my my color box tonight. I'm going in a different direction. Normally I'd be like, let's make a yellow and orange butterfly because that's what color I like my butterflies. What color do y'all like your butterflies? Let me know. I want to know, what color would you have done this butterfly? If you could have your butterfly any color you wanted, because you know what? When you make your own card, you can make your butterfly any color you want. All right. I'm coming back with a dark bubble bath, and I'm going to just add some towards the center of the different areas. Right there too. I'm just going to add it towards the center of my butterfly. Very, very quickly. There we go. And then I'm just going to go back over that just a little bit with the light Pool Party, just to kind of blend that out just a little bit. And still, I'm not, completely going down to the end on all of these, so we'll get kind of really shaded out. There we go. Now we're going to come in with the dark Fresh Freesia, and we're going to kind of do the same thing. So I'm just going to add some in here. Now some of these might just get colored in fully just because it's kind of smallish, but like this one, let me shade that one up. So, all right, come in here. So much fun. I have so many extra cards to show you tonight. I think I have 3 more cards to show you tonight. So I kind of went crazy. I'm really excited. We're going to be using this stamp set as one of the stamp sets we are using for the Stampin' Cross Country online retreat that is coming up in just a couple weeks. Now, full registration for that closed ages ago. It's been closed a while, so you can't get the retreat box anymore with all of the supplies to make the projects, but you can still sign up for the digital only version. If you just want to come and you want to get all the ideas, you want to see the videos, you want to get all the tutorials, get the chance at prizes, I don't know, all the good stuff, right? You can hop over to my website and sign up for the digital only version and get all that. You just don't get the box with stuff, with all the supplies to make the stuff. So, all right, now I'm coming in with the dark Highland Heather, doing the same thing. We're almost done with our butterfly. Then we're going to cut him out. And actually, I want to do the inside of our card too, so we'll have to do that. So, make sure I picked up the right ones. I did. I'm always worried I'm going to start coloring in the wrong spot here. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. So there we go. Pretty, 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 pretty. So let's cut this out. Actually, no, we're gonna do the inside of the card too, because I want to do I'm gonna get all the coloring done. So I just grabbed a piece of white. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm gonna clean off my Time to Celebrate stamp. So we're gonna use it in just a minute. And I'm gonna grab my Berry Burst again. And I'm gonna stamp some little butterflies this time. So we'll just ink that up. I'm going to stamp 2 little butterflies on there. And then I'm going to ink up the Time to Celebrate stamp. And just stamp that. Kind of down a little bit on the page. So it says Time to Celebrate inside. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm glad you guys are liking this so far. All right. So now we get to do this again. We got to color in our butterflies again. They're smaller though, so it should go faster, right? Maybe. All right. Let's see. Do that one. We'll do this one. This one. This one. This one. This one. There we go. Lots of coloring on these butterflies. Now, my other samples, oops, I think I did the wrong ones there. Oh, well. My other samples, I was having a hard time tonight deciding which ones to share with you because I have lots of other samples. And the other samples, I don't think I colored any of them. Maybe I should have gone with those. Sometimes I'm not always thinking. All right, let's color some fresh freesia on here. I think I colored with the dark bubble bath, but that's okay. It's the inside of the card. So we're adding some fresh freesia on here. And then we'll add some light Highland Heather. Oops, we forgot to do the top butterfly. That was silly. Forgot to do the top butterfly. All right, do that one too. So color, color, color. By the time we get done coloring, the card will be almost done. There's the fresh freesia. All right, now we can come in with our light Highland Heather and add that purple in there. I don't know if I'm going to do any shading on the inside. Maybe I'll just leave it just like this. And I just realized I messed up and I did this one, but it's a darker color, so we'll just come in and we'll do it on all the wings. There we go. I'm not going to do any shading. I'm just going to leave it like that. So there we go. There's our little butterflies. Now let's get out the dies. I can find, where did I put the dies? Here they are. I'm going to get out the dies so that we can cut out our big butterfly. Now you can see there's this butterfly and that you can use to make a shape card, but then there is this butterfly, and this butterfly is what we're going to use to cut out our stamped butterfly. I'm also going to grab the big label punch. I always like when there's label punches in the stamp sets. It just makes it so nice. So nice. So let's grab a piece. I have a piece of white here. And I grab my cutting plates. Ooh, chaos. All right. So I have my number 1 plate. We have my number 2 plate. My cutting plate number 3. I'm going to pull in my butterfly and line up my die over top of him. And I'm going to find a sticky note on my table somewhere. There's things on top of my sticky notes. So I'm having trouble getting to them. All right. Pull out my sticky notes. And then I have a piece of white here. And I'm just going to cut. I'm going to cut the label. I like to cut my labels first and then stamp them. Some people like to stamp them and then cut them. I find I'm better at getting my stamp straight than keeping my die from shifting. So I like to cut first. It's entirely up to you. Carol, you're not a butterfly fan, but you like the layout? Well, thank you. All right. There's my label. Let's pull this together. There's my butterfly. I think it looks even better when it's cut out. So there's our butterfly. So pretty. All right, I'm gonna get my scrap paper out of here. I'm gonna push things off to the side. Come back in with my other pieces. I'm gonna adhere my bubble bath piece. Remember, this piece was 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I'm adhering it to my fresh freesia piece. The fresh freesia piece is 1/8 inch bigger both directions. So it is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, which just gives it a really nice little thin border on all 4 sides. And then this, actually, I forgot. I want to put my piece of bokeh paper on here. I meant to do that first so that I could do any trimming that needed to be done, but I forgot. So we'll just go with it. Hopefully it fits perfectly. I'm just going to add this across the center, kind of as a stripe. And then this we'll go ahead and put on the front of my card. I am using green glue. You can use whatever your little heart desires. I like the green glue because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room if I don't get things right in the right spot. I can move them around a little bit. All right, we're going to bring in that fresh freesia circle. Now remember, I cut this with the stylish shapes, and I'm just going to put this kind of towards the center of my card. Hold that down for a second. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different with my butterfly. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Dimensionals that I have here somewhere. And look at this. I'm taking off in stripes. Don't tell my friend Melissa. All right. Just because I was bored the other day. So I am just putting some Stampin' Dimensionals on there, but I have only put them on the tops. Okay. I've just put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the tops of the wings. I'll pull that out. And then I'm going to put some green glue, so the multi-purpose glue, on the bottoms of the wings, because I want the tops to be sticking out and I want the bottom kind of be like more flat. So there we go. It's kind of like it's popping up. Give it some movement on my card. Now we do need to stamp our sentiment, and we're going to stamp Happy Birthday on here with some fresh Freesia ink. So get out my fresh Freesia ink pad. And we're just going to stamp Happy Birthday. Take my head over so I can see. Watch, it won't be like straight at all. I got it totally in the wrong spot, but that's okay. So this, I'm going to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals as well. And that was another reason I wanted the bottom of the butterfly wings to be more flat, because I wanted to be able to put my sentiment over top of it and not have to worry about having different levels of dimensionals there. So I kind of wanted it to look like the butterflies popping up from behind the sentiment. So we can add this Happy Birthday, which I'm putting kind of more towards the bottom. And then, well, I'm going to put the inside in. And then we'll put on some embellishments because we got to add some sparkle on here. It's a butterfly. Come on. Right? We'll put the inside in before I forget. So there's the inside of my card. And I am pulling out the purple sequins. Actually, they're purple and pink, but they're called purple sequins. And these are free during celebration. So you can get them with a $100, with a $60 order, not $100, $60 order. And again, you can get the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set with a $60 order as well. So I'm going to use, I think, different colors. We're going to kind of mix and match with some of these different colors. And I'm going to add some in. So while I am doing this, if you are not already on my email list, I hope that you will go join my email list. I have something really exciting coming next week that I can't tell you about. It's a secret. It's a secret, but something exciting is coming next week, and I'm only going to be sharing it on my email list. So I hope, if you're not on my email list already, make sure you pop over and get on that email list, and you'll find the link to do that in the description to the video on YouTube. It's also at bit.ly/Onygo News, ONYGONEWS, all lowercase letters. So, all right, there is my card. And I have 2 more cards, so don't go anywhere because I got 2 more cards, or not 2 more cards. I have 3 more cards to share with you tonight. So there's that one, though. Isn't that pretty? with all those fun sparkles. You can't wait to try this layout. Oh, Kimberly, I'm so glad. And then the inside, so sweet and pretty. All right, let's look at the other ones. So this one is on basic white, and I use that same die cut. So this is the same die cut that cut out this butterfly, but I just cut it out of white, and I use that to stamp my sentiment on. So it says, in case you need me, I'm here. We got some of the bokeh paper in the background, and then I cut some little butterflies. If you can see, they sparkle. I cut them out of the ombre shimmer paper. So super pretty, 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 pretty. And then the same thing kind of with this one. I used the nested essential dies to cut that out, stamp the time to celebrate. And then I cut little butterflies from that ombre glimmer paper. I used the Fresh Freesia seam binding, which again, another free celebration item. There's so much good stuff. And then the inside, I stamped happy birthday, and I put a couple more glittery, shimmery butterflies. I love the glimmer paper because it's so easy to put glitter on your paper. Like, it's not actual glitter. It doesn't come off. I can touch this. It doesn't come off. It doesn't make a mess, but it still sparkles like glitter, even though you can't really see it in the camera, but it sparkles like glitter. It's so pretty. All right. This one, I don't know if it's going to show up very well, but it is gorgeous. I love this. This is just white on white. So this one, this is the same butterfly. I embossed it with the embossing folder and cut it out with the dies. It is popped up on dimensionals. I stamped the happy birthday with crumb cake. I chose crumb cake because I wanted it to be softer than black. So I went with a light brown. I added, these are the purple gems. Again, this same purple sequins, except I used the white ones. And I did take my Wink of Stella brush, and it's hard to see, but I took you can see some little spots there. I took my Wink of Stella's brush and I splattered it across kind of in this direction. So it has like glittery sparkles on there too. So pretty. I wish y'all could see this one in person, because I think like the camera, it doesn't, I don't have the right lighting. It doesn't show it quite as well as it is. Anyway, those are my 4 cards that I have to share with you tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. I'm so glad that you are here. I hope that you enjoyed these cards. I hope that they inspired you, and that you are going to go out and make something like spark to spark, so that you want to go and create something as well. Create your own creations, your own beautiful projects. I will be back next week, Tuesday. Next week, Tuesday, we have the February online card class. We're going to be using the terrific Toadstools bundle, which is so cute. I can't wait to share these cards with you. So we're going to be making 3 cards next Tuesday. It's going to be a long night. I hope that you will all come back and join me then. And until then, have a fabulous weekend and stay warm. I'll see you next week.